about grand finals. Now, I'm not going to be able to give as comprehensive a breakdown as usual. Again, sorry, my voice is starting to go more and more. I couldn't even talk 2 days ago, so I'm doing my best here. You guys got to be patient. I'm sorry, but I did pick it. The win on EU, Sky, and Scroll. Now, they absolutely dominated. This team just looked insane. It was during game 2 of the end game. I said we might see a Sky Scroll run away, and so many people in my live chat just flamed me. Aussie, it's only game 2. What do you mean a runaway? Like, calm down, Unc. But they ended up doing it. Like, you could just tell as soon as Sky and Scroll came out, they were uncontested, which there was a chance they were going to be uncontested, but they came out uncontested. They just looked like they were playing exactly the way they did all season, and that's all I needed to see. Like, I just knew they were going to be so consistent, and that's what they did. 738 points. But respect to Chino and Pablo, who tried to give us a tournament. They landed on them in game 11, tried to take the win, unfortunately didn't get the gun, went down. It didn't work for them. Then game number 12, they tried to drop an absolute nuke to try to catch up. Also, again, didn't work, but they did their best. I can respect, especially a young team like Chino and Pablo coming out and then having the confidence to stand up and be like, yo, we're going for first. But it did help. They had a significant lead over third at that point. They couldn't really drop out of second, so they didn't really have any play to make. Now, some people question why Chino Pablo didn't land on Sky and Scroll in game 12, but they did in game 11. I luckily had Fredoxy in the call with me watching grand finals. Shout out Fred. He absolutely carried when I could hardly talk. But it was because of the bus path. The bus path going south to north meant that if Chino Pablo landed on Sky and Scroll in Battlewood, they could have just stalled the fight out. They needed the bus path to be going north to south, so then they could 50-50 for the hill and maybe take them out of the game and actually go on and win. But both Danish duos playing absolutely phenomenal. Sky and Scroll have a combined age of 32. This is two 16-year-old kids who just looked like the best duo in the world by far. They just looked so insanely consistent. Shout out to them. They played amazing. Vico Malabuka in third managed to clutch it up in that very last game. Shark and Teeny, like I already mentioned earlier in the video, dropping down to 5th. But even a 5th place while contested is insane, especially for Shark, who hasn't really even played that much grand finals before, is just a ridiculous performance. Focus Thomas, I had them picked to come second overall. I'm so happy that Thomas didn't get another second, but I do wish maybe he could have placed a bit higher. They played really well, but the zones were just not in their favor. There was so many sandy zones, which did help Chino and Pablo quite a lot, but Sky and Scroll won without getting a single zone as well, so it isn't just all zone RNG. Shura and Repairs, who I've been gassing up the last few weeks as my underdog pick in Grands, and even I did not think they were going to get 6th place. They absolutely popped off. Darm and Damus in 7th, doing it without even a drop spot. I had Darm and Damus to qual land, but I did not think they were going to get a top 7 placement. They absolutely popped off with no drop spot, just trying to figure it out, going a bunch of different places, scrapping it out. They did phenomenal. Cringe and Twy, another very underrated team in 8th. Syaz Scary were actually in 3rd place after day 1. A double controller duo without that much Grands experience. I was unbelievably impressed. Unfortunately, couldn't hold it down as much in day 2, but still finished with a top 10. And then Yapko and Panzer rounding out the top 10.